something happened to me that I never encountered that situation before in my more than 30 years of flying by myself. And let me tell you the whole story, right? And then you will let me know what you think about it. What up, Ryuga? Let me tell you the whole story, and you will tell me what you think about this crazy story. So, my son spent the holidays here as always, like every summer. He came here for 2 months. Great time, etc., etc. His mom told me that. Oh, I forgot to turn off the fridge. Give me a second. As I was saying, so my son, it's the end of the holidays. His mom told me that, so usually he goes back to Angola, but this time his mom told me, hey, send him to me in Brussels. I'm in Brussels, so he's gonna stay with me and my mom, etc., etc. We have stuff that we're doing out there. Oh, no problem. So I book a ticket on the 25th, right? I book a ticket on the 25th of September. Yeah, 25th of the September. I book a ticket on Brussels Airlines, right? From a one-way ticket from Lisbon to Brussels. Because my son had 2 suitcases that he came with from Africa, and they were big suitcases. I wanted him to have 2 suitcases of 32 kilos. So I took a business class ticket. So reserve the whole thing, take his seat, 1C, 2 suitcases, all good. I do the payment, cost me, I'm gonna simplify the prices, but it was around 300 and something, but let's say 400 for just simplification, but it was for 386. But all right, I paid the 400 euros by PayPal, right? So send the money, all good. I receive a notification from Brussels Airlines that the ticket has been emitted. My reservation is confirmed. This is my ticket. I receive an email with the PDF with my online, my ticket number, reference, etc., etc. As anybody who buys a plane ticket knows, the usual thing. All good. So call his mom, tell her, hey, he'll be there Wednesday. Yeah, oh wait, no, the 28th. Well, the 28th was the 28th of September was a Friday. All right, I bought the ticket Monday, so I tell his mom he's gonna be there Thursday, exactly. Tell his mom, okay, Thursday he'll be there, da 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 da. She's like, okay, cool. Let me know. Send me the ticket. I send her the ticket. Everything is cool. Everything is okay. Everything is ready. Then the next day or the next hour, 2 hours later, my dad sends me a message. My dad sent me a message telling me, hey, I'm in Paris, as you know, and I'm coming to Lisbon to see you guys for 2 days. So tell your wife that I'm coming, etc., etc. And what hotel can I go, not far from your house, etc., etc. So as I'm booking a hotel for my dad, I'm thinking, I asked my dad, so when are you coming? My dad tells me I'll be there from Friday till Sunday. And me, I'm like, yo, so my son is leaving Thursday. He hasn't seen his granddad for, I don't know, a year or 2 years. I'm like, nah. That kid has to see his granddad. It's important. I have to change his ticket. So I call his mom and I tell her, hey, listen, I know that I told you that Eden was coming Thursday, but my dad is coming in town. And listen, I believe that it's important that, he sees all of us together and we all spend quality time with my dad, and especially him, he needs that. And she's like, oh, okay, let me know. So when do you want to change the ticket? I said, hey, listen, I'll change the ticket to Sunday. My dad is leaving Sunday afternoon, so I'll change his ticket to Sunday night. She's like, okay, just send me the new reservation and the new ticket, so I have all the information and I come pick him up at the airport. All right, cool. I go to the Brussels Airlines website and I say, okay, check my reservation, all good. And I click change the reservation. So I look at tickets to change. So because I had some business tickets, I think to change the whole flight was only the difference of price plus 90, I think. So all in all, it cost 200 to change the ticket. So me, I was like, wow, 600 for a one-way ticket to Brussels, like that's a little expensive. But hey, listen, my dad is worth it. Let's go. I booked the ticket. I think the site was a little slow, but I didn't really matter to me. I just did the payment, this time with my credit card. So the site was a little shaky in the beginning, but hey, listen, at a point I received an email with a confirmation from Brussels Airlines that my ticket was emitted and that this flight will be in co-share and operated by TAP Portugal. I don't care. So, okay, I read the email. Tells me the new time. You're now leaving October 1st at 7:50. All good. I don't ask myself no question. I did this 1,000 times. I get the ticket. I look quickly. Everything looks fine. I send the ticket to my son. I send the ticket to his mother, and I'm like, all right, cool. My dad arrives Friday. We spend an amazing time all together with my dad. Restaurants every day. He sees the kids every day, so he really was happy to see my kids. My kids were super happy to see him. We had a great time. Sunday, my dad leaves. I tell my son at 1 p.m., listen, prepare your bags, etc., because we're leaving the house for 5:45. We're 10 minutes from the airport. So 5:45, we're in the Uber on our way to the airport. We're there rolling. We arrive in the airport at around 6:05 or something like that. And as we arrive at the airport, we look in the big panel to see where is our flight, right? And we see the flight for Brussels Airlines, counter 62. So we go there, we look at the business class line. We wait for a passenger before us, 6:30. So the flight is at 7:50, so it's all good. 6:30, it's our time to check in his bags. So he gives his passport, and the lady is like, "Ah, I can't find his name." I'm like, "All right, try Makolo, try Korea Makolo, or try Makolo," and he's like, "No, I can't find his name." I'm like, "Okay, this is the flight reservation number." She's like, "Yeah, I don't find him. Can I have?" So she calls somebody, and she's like, "Oh, can I have the flight number?" I said, "Yeah." I give them the flight number, give them all the information, and she tells me. So imagine it's a flight by Brussels Airlines that is operated by TAP, and everybody's checking in, right, to go to this flight in their counter. And she tells me, "Oh, this is the wrong flight. The one you're taking is operated by TAP." And me, I'm like, "Yeah, but I mean, this flight is that flight at 7:50, right?" Yeah, but you have to go downstairs at TAP to check in." I'm like, makes no sense, but okay. So maybe there's two flights. I don't know. Listen, we rush because now it's 6:50 and check-in ends in 20 minutes. So now we rush to TAP Portugal, which is downstairs at the airport, to do the check-in out there. We go to the self-checking machine, put the information. This flight doesn't exist. We're like, what the hell is going on? So I talk to a lady. She tries, nothing works. So she takes me to a guy. This guy knows me. He's like, "Oh, Kaysha, I'm the cousin of such and such." I'm like, "Oh, all right, cool. Listen, here's the issue. I have a flight. Check-in ends in 10 minutes, and I don't know what's going on." So he goes to his machine, which is a little different from the other people, and he tells me this flight is canceled. I said, "What you mean the flight is canceled?" He's like, No. Your plane ticket is canceled." I'm like, "What you mean? Why would my plane ticket be canceled?" "A suspicion of fraud." I was like, "What? What you mean?" He said, "No, your bank refused the transaction because of a suspicion of fraud." I'm like, and he's like, "Now all you have to do," and usually when this happens, we automatically cancel the ticket. And me, I'm like, you guys are making no sense. I don't know what's going on, and I don't like it. So you're gonna explain to me why? And he's like, no, listen. If you call your bank and they just tell us, or that, you just tell them that, it's you who did that transaction, they will in their end confirm the transaction, and automatically your ticket will be back online. And I'm like, bro, it is Sunday. It's 7 p.m. Who do you think I'm going to talk to? Like, there's no like. And he's like, yeah, that's a real problem. So he's like, maybe the best thing to do is to call Brussels Airlines to understand what went on. And I'm like, oh, Lord. So now I tell him, call your mom, tell her what's going on. And I'm calling Brussels Airlines. I'm on the phone with them. I'm waiting. Didn't wait that long, lucky. But now it's already 7 and 10. So no, it's 7 and 5. So the flight is leaving in 45 minutes. So you have 5 minutes to check in. Call them. How can you survey? Listen, I have an issue here. This is what happened. Explain to her quickly. Bought a ticket on the 25th. No problem. Receive a confirmation. Change my ticket. Paid $200. Receive a confirmation of an update. And now I arrive at the airport telling me that my flight is canceled. And I don't understand what's going on. And she tells me, you have to talk to the people at TAP. And I tell her, I just came from there. And she's like, yes, but because they are the one operating the flight, they are the ones who canceled your ticket. So you have to talk with them. All right. Yo. So listen. I now go back to TAP Portugal. I go back to TAP Portugal to try to understand what goes on. So I take a ticket and I look at the time. It is now 7:10. So even if we solve this whole issue, it is clear that my son is not going to travel. So I tell him, listen, you don't need to stress. You're going to fly tomorrow morning. Call your mom, tell her that there's an issue, that I'm going to call her as soon as I resolve everything, but tell her, change of plans. Instead of arriving tonight at 11, you're going to arrive in the morning. We'll take the first flight. What I do, as I'm queuing to talk to the people at the counter at TAP Portugal, I go to their website as well, and I look at the first flight, 7:50 a.m., and I'm like, all right, I'm booking this one. So I buy the ticket, an extra 600 to buy the new ticket. I buy it last minute for tomorrow 7:50. Pop receive confirmation, and I tell him, oh, listen, this is your new ticket. I send directly to his mom, and I tell her, hey, I'll explain to you as soon as I understand what's happening, but this is his new ticket. He arrives tomorrow at 11. And I tell him, this is your new ticket, and let's go do your check-in already, because now it's 8 p.m. Let's do the check-in already for your new ticket, and we'll see what's going on afterwards. So now the situation is solved anyway. I mean, it's not solved, but at least I have a new ticket. So, hey, listen, since I have a new ticket, now my goal is not to understand what happened. I mean, it's to understand what happened, but ultimately is to get my money back. So I arrive to the counter and I start explaining to the lady. Now, first of all, we check in his bag for tomorrow, and then we arrive at the counter. So I explained the whole situation again to the woman. Listen, I bought a ticket on the 25th. I received a confirmation. Everything was ready, etc., etc. Then I changed the ticket on the 28th for the 1st. And I received a confirmation email from Brussels Airlines telling me that I had a flight, and they even sent me the flight, and I got the money. And then she tells me, yeah, so this transaction, the second transaction, when you change your ticket, this transaction was refused by your bank. And I'm like, I take my bank account application, and I show her, and I'm like, listen, this is the minus 200 of that transaction. So if it has been refused by the bank, how come it's here? And she's like, yeah, this makes no sense. And I said, and now this is the confirmation from Brussels Airlines that my ticket has been issued and modified for the 1st of October. There it is. So now you're telling me that the ticket got canceled by TAP, but at the same time, Brussels Airlines confirmed the ticket. And none of you three sent me an email or told me there's a problem. I discovered there was a problem when I checked in. Do you think it's normal? And she was like, it's not normal. I said, yes. So who's going to give me my money back? Because I already have another flight. I just want to know who's giving me my money back. And so she tells me that in her opinion, your bank should give you all your money back, because it's your bank who issued a fraud alert, and us, because of that, we canceled the whole ticket. I said, yeah, but I had a ticket. If my bank didn't accept my 200 euros at that time, what they should have done was just refuse the transaction, and I would receive from the website an information telling me, sorry, but the flight is canceled. I mean, no, the transaction didn't go through. We didn't update your ticket, and I still would have my old ticket, and I would retry maybe, or I would call or something. No, I received confirmation that the ticket was updated, and you sent me a ticket that actually was canceled. So you guys make 0 cents. And she was like, oh yeah, Mr. Kaysha, I know, like, listen, I'm a big fan of yours. Thank you. Say, listen, in my opinion, what you should do is just talk to your bank Monday or tomorrow morning. You talk to your bank, you explain to them the whole situation, and you ask for a refund of your whole ticket. And I explained to her that actually I bought the ticket with PayPal. What the only transaction was, the bank was 200. But I'll call my bank tomorrow, that's for sure. All right. So long story short, the next day after that, took my son to the restaurant. We ate some pizza. We chilled. We took some trottinette. We went back home. We watched a movie. Then we went to bed. And it was all good. The next day we woke up at 5 a.m. And I called, I took him to the airport. He flew to Brussels. It arrived at 11. Then I walked to the gym from the airport to 4 kilometers. Then I went to the gym for 30 minutes. Then after that, I came back home and I went to bed. And I was super tired. And when I woke up around, 2 p.m., something like that, I was tired. Received a text from my son telling me that he made it safely to Brussels. Cool. And after that, I called Brussels Airlines. I called them and I said, I do have a lot of questions for you guys. And they're like, what's going on? And I told them, such and such and such and such and such and such. And they're like, oh yeah, that's very strange. Like, I'm passing this to the headquarters, and can you wait for us to call you back? I said, yeah, of course. And after an hour, they called me back. And they told me, we are very sorry for the situation. Apparently, there's probably been a bug somewhere. Do you want another ticket? I said, no, I want to be refunded. I said, I just want all my money back in PayPal and in my bank account. And she told me, well, listen, next week we'll send 380 and such to your PayPal and 200 to your bank account. I was like, thank you so much. And I was like, yo, lucky I had money to buy the other ticket. Imagine if I had a show that night. That was the last flight. If I had a show that night, it was over. This is why you never take the last flight. You always keep at least 2 flights before you go to a show. And so you can even go to other companies and find something quick. But here I was like, yo, imagine if I had a show that night. And I was trying to understand what happened. And I believe that I don't think it's a bank problem, because I'm going to talk to my bank. but the transaction was there in the bank. I believe it was a glitch from the Brussels Airlines ticketing system that at the same time accepted my transaction, and at the same time, or maybe my bank refused the transaction, I don't know that, but at the same time the Brussels Airlines still made the transaction go through and still emitted the ticket, but the Portuguese company just canceled the ticket. Which, listen, the whole thing makes no sense. All I know is I'm getting my money back, and I'm gonna go to my bank soon, because I'm waiting for my banker, the person who takes care of my funds, comes back, so she can really look. Because I don't want to talk to people on the phone. I just want to go there and ask her what the hell happened. But hey, listen, tout est bien qui finit bien. In the end, he took his flight, so it's all good.